And
except for your favorite film of all time, Godzilla Raids Again, which is its own conversation.
So good. Even that though, I only gave a 3, right? So, we're dipping into our Godzilla discussion.
So let it be known, listeners, this is a rare movie that I gave a higher score to than Brandon. That's probably happened less than 5 times on this podcast.
Less than 2 times now. This is probably once this happens. So, okay, Tom, our normal question that we always ask: is this franchise fatigued at this point?
Well, you can probably copy and paste my answer from Yojimbo and use that. No, absolutely not. With a character like this, you can do anything with them, and without going further, place him anywhere, place him in any situation, and see what happens. So no, I want to see more of this guy.
Zach, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's not fatigued at all. It's a very malleable character. He's going from town to town doing what he does, as Tom said. It's just the same answer as Yojimbo and Sanjuro. I want to see more from Clint Eastwood and his mule, which apparently gets insulted and he kills people over. I mean, that's pretty hardcore. So let's see more of that. Let's see more of that. My mule doesn't like being laughed at, you see. So anyway, yeah, I definitely watch a few dollars more of this character, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. I would say that at this point it's fatigued, because again, it's not a movie that I'd want to see. It's a remake. So, had I been around in the 60s, I would have said, yeah, that's an interesting thing that they did remaking this. But I don't think they're going to bother remaking Sanjuro next for this. So what could they possibly do? So I would say at this point, yeah, this is probably a fatigued franchise. Anyways, excellent. Tom, thank you so much for joining us for this discussion today. And I really hope we get to have you back for the next one here for a few dollars more. Where can people find you when you're not smoking your cigarillos?
I'm always smoking my cigarillos. Thanks for having me on again, guys. I always enjoy the chats. But generally, the TwilightZonePodcast.com is where you can find me.
Mm-hmm. Excellent, right on. And Zach, where can people find you when you're not taking money for the same job from both sides of the people that are trying to win your heart?
Well, you can find me personally on Twitter at MoronZach. That's MOOREONZACH. And I'm also the host of my own podcast, Always Home to Smallville, where we talk about each and every episode of that Young Superman show. And you can find us on Twitter at Always Smallville with 1 S. So, Brandon, when you're not smoking cigars that are cut into 3, where can people find you?
See, I like to do that because I like to smoke all 3 at the same time. I put one on each side and one in the middle, right? So it makes me look like very distinct. You can find me on Twitter at Brandon Matella, and you can find me over on Trek FM with a show called The Line, which is all about the upcoming Star Trek Picard show. You can find me over on the Fandom Podcast Network with a show called Good Evening, an Alfred Hitchcock podcast, where my co-hosts Chris and Tom, we cover all the Hitchcock films in a row chronologically. We got a special Christmas episode coming out Christmas Day, so be sure to check your feeds. And Twitter at Brandon Matella, and that's where you can find me. So that's all we got for you today. We'd like to thank Zach Tripp for his wonderful theme music for our show. We'd like to thank Tony Robinson and Ken Tripp for being executive producers of the network. And I guess, yeah, those are our major credits. If you want to find us on Patreon, you can find us on Patreon, patreon.com/UFPEarth. Please give us a rating and review in iTunes or wherever it is that you subscribe. And please share us on social media. You have no idea how much that helps us out. But until next time when we cover For a Few Dollars More,
sayonara.
Sayonara. Adios, amigo.
This has been a production of MTMR Media Works.